Hello everybody, my name is Sniping is Fun. I welcome you all back to this next little video presented to you here on YouTube. And it's going to be another continuation, a third part to the whole I have a Nintendo Switch already. My first part was, I have one, here you go, I'm going to bring you my friend code. My second one, which I just recorded, it should be up right before this video because I record both of these videos at the same time. My friend code, so you can add me online and we can start playing some Switch together. This one is going to be my first thoughts so far on the Switch, having actually played it, having actually tried it out, the Joy-Cons, the games, the system, setting it up, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, when it comes to the Switch, quite frankly, and I know the system is like a year old almost, like next month in March, I actually never had a Joy-Con in my hand or touched it until the day I bought it, which was this past Friday. I never, got to experience in my hand, anything with the Switch until recently, and then when I went to buy from Best Buy the Nintendo Switch, I actually, they had a display up. They had like a demo station, so on and so forth. And I actually decided to try it out. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the separate Joy-Cons. And then as soon as I put those in my hands, I'm like, you know what? These feel quite nice. I know a lot of people have complaints about the size of the Joy-Cons and whatnot, but I think in terms of the size of the actual controller, they're not bad. I think the size of the actual Joy-Cons are actually a pretty decent size. It's not going to take away from the Pro Controller and whatnot, or Wii remotes if you want a motion controller-based Nintendo system, which are more fitting for a hand. But it is a pretty good size controller for even my hands. My hands are, I would consider myself a fairly big-handed person, and I actually felt pretty well with it. But I also feel pretty decently well with the original 3DS too. I never actually got around to getting a 3DS XL, so even though it's more for my hands, I actually kind of got used to playing on the original 3DS when it came out in 2011. I got the red version, which I waited for that, and I got used to it. So when it comes to the controls, my first impressions on the actual Joy-Cons is actually pretty nice. The complaint, I can see where it comes from, and my one little issue, I guess, with it, and I really hope that they maybe do a second version of the Joy-Cons in the future, is the button size. The analog sticks feel nice, the size of the controller feels nice. The buttons feel a little small. Not too bad, but it is a little, for my hands at least, they were a little small, but it wasn't horrible small like maybe some of these people might say. So in essence, with the actual Joy-Con separate, like a Wii Remote Nunchuk kind of thing, they actually felt quite nice. And then when I was at Best Buy too, they also over there, that little grip controller thing that they have that you can stick your Joy-Cons in. They actually have like a normal controller if you don't get a Pro Controller type of thing. I tried that out too. That felt nice. A little small because it's a little more compacted like this, but it felt quite nice too. And it's never going to take away from the Pro Controller or stuff like that, which I am going to get one of those one day. But in terms of my first impressions of actually trying out the controllers, and that was only a couple days ago, I'd have to say I feel they're quite nice. The buttons are a little small, but the Joy-Cons feel good in the hand. They feel like a good controller to play separate, especially. Not so much with inside that little grip thing, but separate they feel quite nice. Now that's in terms of the controllers, and now I recently set the system up earlier today. My first impressions actually haven't played the game, playing the system and whatnot. Setting it up was fairly simple. I actually kind of, even though it on the box, when you open up the box, they give you distinct, directions on the box. I'm like, well, that's simple. You just basically plug it in the power cord and just set it up, and the Joy-Cons, But I get really finicky sometimes about wanting to make sure I'm doing things right, and I looked up an actual YouTube video, how do you set up a Switch? And I did that a couple of days ago. So yeah, I kind of did it, but it's easy rules to follow. You put in there, pick your region, your time, whatever, and make your profile and stuff like that, pick your profile picture. So setting up an actual system is actually simple, and then making sure it's online. It's a simple process that if you set up the Wii U online, or if you set up your PS3, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360 or whatnot, your anything's 3DS and whatnot, you pretty much know how to freaking set up a system. It's not all that hard. But yeah, setting up is pretty simple. The menu is plain, really plain. I hear this complaint a lot. And compared to like the Wii menu, the Wii U menu, even stuff like PS3s and 360s and Xbox Ones and PS4s, it is plain Jane. And I'm hoping Nintendo changes that. I am hoping Nintendo comes around to giving us some themes to download and some music to listen to, because it's just a plain white or black screen. You can set up your theme to be white or black. I'm hoping they can do some Nintendo-oriented ones and some third-party ones, because I'd like to see some Fire Emblem backgrounds, Zelda backgrounds, Xenoblade backgrounds, Mario backgrounds, maybe get some Tales in there for third parties, or like maybe like Castlevania, or an Assassin's Creed, or a Doom, or something. Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts type thing. It'd be really cool to see some, third-party or Nintendo-oriented backgrounds that you can buy on the eShop. Maybe they have some ones that are free, because I recall there being a few free ones on the 3DS. Like, it's so weird coming from like the Wii U, which even then it's not that interesting, but you get some atmosphere with it, seeing like on the menu screen, seeing all the Mii's go to their little things, and you at least have some sound effects. It's playing and there's like no music. I'm used to that on the eShop. I'm used to that even on the menu. And on the 3DS, I download the Zelda, Link Between Worlds thing, and my menu's just all that more interesting. It's like I'm hoping they start doing that with more online features like that. So in terms of the actual menu, it's simple. And I know the system's not even technically a full year old. So maybe in 2018, 19, 20, they start adding some of this stuff. I'm hoping just to make it so you can customize your system. I like the ability to actually customize the system to how I want it, because on my PS3 I have a Tales of Xillia background. I have a Zelda one, like I said, on my 3DS. I like customizing it so users can customize their interface. They can customize their experience. And when I remember on the 360, on my profile, when I had my account on my cousin's 360, I had Snow from Final Fantasy 13. Like, it's just like, it's that those little things that have gamers, that have players of your system have their own customized experience, and I'm hoping they change it. It's simple to go through. You can check the news, and you can check your controller things and system options and whatnot, and you can go right into a game, go right into your profile. So it's simple to figure out. And as for actually playing games online, or playing games in general, that I did play one game online, I've only played about 2 games so far. My first game, I wanted to play Mario Odyssey first, and that is going to be my next game I'm going to play, but I want to find something simple just to jump in and just get used to playing a game with the system controls. And I played Puyo Puyo Tetris, and I'm like, okay, I don't know so much about Puyo Puyo, but I love me some Tetris. It's probably one of my favorite puzzle games of all time, franchise and series, and I just play a little bit here and there, like endless mode and whatnot, and I do pretty well. And then I go online, and you want to know what happened? I get into a ranked battle. The player's from Japan, and I get my ass handed to me like twice. I get wrecked. I got destroyed. I just go in there, okay, cool, I'm doing pretty well. And this player's over on the right, being Japanese and whatnot, and they're probably freaking good. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they were it's just normal level. Like maybe that's not even the best you see from them, and they're like, and they just wrecked me. I lost like 4 games in a row, I think, to the same person from Japan. They love their Tetris. They know their Tetris. They're good with puzzle games. And not trying to be offensive with that. I'm just saying, like, the stereotype of, like, Japan, Japanese people being good at, like, everything. But I went in there and I got wrecked because obviously this person, whether they were Japanese or not, knew how to play Tetris more, better than I do know how to do. And I've been playing since the first one on the Game Boy. But yeah, I got destroyed and I played that. And then I switched over to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to, and I didn't get too far into it. I didn't get into an actual game because I'm like, I'm going to turn it off now and try it. I just basically got into the menu, created my Saiyan character. I created a Saiyan. Oh, it's, everyone does that. But I'm like, I'm going to create a character from all the 5 races, all the 5 character types. And I named him Tomka because that was my old, like, Final Fantasy 11 character name. I used to play Final Fantasy 11 on PS2 Online years ago. And that was the MMO game I had played, even though I did do a little RuneScape. But yeah, I created, like, okay, cool, by saying brown hair, spiky, armor, red, black, blue, white, cool, like, not super muscle bound dude. And then I just, like, okay, I'm going to save it and turn it off for now because I had to go do some stuff. So my first impressions of actually playing the game, it's easy to go into the game, you do updates. That didn't, like, Puyo Puyo Tetris updates super quick, and then Dragon Ball took about 3 minutes, so yeah. Like, they probably didn't have too much major updates, and it's simple to get in and get out. Turn your system off with the power button, holding it down, power off. Turn your system on, setting it up, the controls. Overall, my first impressions of the Switch, it's fun, and I'm looking forward to getting to Mario Odyssey and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Cave Story and, Super Bomberman R, and then eventually getting Splatoon and, sorry, Mario Kart and stuff like that, and looking forward to, like, Wolfenstein, looking forward to Fire Emblem, Pokemon, stuff like that. So Switch is good. And I'm looking forward to playing it online with all you guys. Remember my friend code, I did a video for that. If you want to see it here, I'll throw it here too. There's my friend code. My profile picture is Breath of the Wild Link with a red background. And I'll see you all later online. Switch, ahoy!